Hi guys, this is going to be an art channeled message. I channel messages through art, creativity. I really hope my messages inspire you to see the art within yourself, within your journey, and within everything around you, because we all start from zero, which is just a blank canvas or the fool's journey. If you'd like a personal reading or a personal painting of your very own in oil paints, of course, all of that is down below. And lastly, what's special about my art and my messages, it's like one big optical illusion or subliminals. It's like, what am I trying to say without actually saying it sometimes? What do you see? What do you think I'm trying to get at? Sometimes I don't even know where it's going. That's how half of my paintings start, literally. So, without further ado, what I started drawing for you, it was really weird at first because I felt this tension with it, as if it was like back and forth. But the drawing itself looked like, or screamed, intimidation, or like the intimidation factor. Maybe one person yelling or getting in one's face and then the other person isn't. You would think that the one being yelled at or maybe pressured indirectly, passive-aggressively, is the one that's choking under pressure, when in actuality, it's the other person. It's almost like these two opposite energies going on here. Something pushing, something pulling. That's what my drawing simulated. Then I started hearing, if they're trying to intimidate you, you've already intimidated them. But I'm also saying this in a very positive way. You know how they say it's kind of bluff, like when you have no choice but to stick up for yourself. Let's say it's like a very small person, someone very like timid, shy, or you could say it's an animal that's very small and timid, like a possum. But when they have to put on that scary face, which is always just bluff, or maybe pretend to pass out, which they do, other animals are like, okay, screw this, I'm out. But it's like they have no choice but to stick up for themselves, even if they're scared. It's like they're not actually intimidating, but they're forced to for their own safety. But scratch that. In the other case, it's like they have no choice but to act that way, to intimidate, because they already feel a threat coming from the other side. But that person's not literally a threat. Sometimes you can think, what, like little old me? I barely talk. I'm reserved. Probably even shy. It's like I wouldn't even maybe have a shot, or maybe it looks that way. Why would anyone be intimidated by me? But you'd be surprised. You'd be very surprised. It's like someone screaming and yelling, or someone trying to look aggressive, like maybe a man trying too hard to be a manly man. But then there's a masculine over here that's actually like silently expressing this like don't mess with me attitude, but he doesn't have to act that way. It's the same way. It's like that person, when you're twisting the example of what I said with like the small animal or the person that has no choice but to defend themselves even when they're scared or even when they're on the verge of tears. It's like maybe it's a bluff a little bit, but with them it's the same thing, except they fear themselves. So they act out because they view the other person as like, I'm scared, please go away. But it seems like the other way around. Does that make sense? So it comes off as, I'm going to overpower this, or I'm going to get you, when in actuality it's like, please get away, you trigger me, you make me uncomfortable. It's like, that's what it really be. So let's see. Really glad this is already going somewhere, and it's not even entirely negative, I don't think. It's kind of like you got the bluff when it's something small and innocent trying to do it because that's all that it can do, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to. It's just it looks that way. It's the same thing on the opposite side of the spectrum. They're trying to intimidate because you already intimidated them, even by not doing anything. We have gambler and then pioneer. The willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. And then pioneer, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. To me, this is like never been done before. Not usually getting out of character. Or like I said, it's like those little things, like you wouldn't expect that. But then the bigger animals, or maybe the ones that they're actually scared of, get the memo. So let me back off a little bit. That's what I'm seeing with pioneer. And then gambler, to me, this is someone that it's like such a klutz, or they have no idea where they're going, but he's still maneuvering even with the blindfold on. I'm hearing I can do this with my eyes closed. Usually that symbolizes, it's like I can do this like in my sleep. I'm good at it. I can do it whenever, wherever. I also see this means not needing tools or not needing to exert anything, maybe to prove a point or get a message almost said upon oneself, to get a message across. Just like my drawing, that's weird. It's like just like in my drawing, it's like that. It's like one is kind of like reserved, and I said the other, it looks like it's exerting more energy. Because they're the ones that are intimidated. Oh my god. To me, this is like reserved, holding on. I'm getting like it's almost like it's not worth it. You already, this is ironically, it's like you already see what's going on. Blindfold is around him, but he's still able to navigate or use his other senses. Seeing the art theme already, like with the Ace of Cups that was just there, something about empathy or studying the emotional state. It's like you understand them, therefore you can't be mad. Therefore you don't do it often, or you don't get upset because you see that they're upset, or you already see it emanating off of them. I'm even seeing the bigger picture here is, or the advice already, before I get into this quickly or soon, is before you yourself get offended or react emotionally or get uncomfortable, it's like twist it around, look at the other side, or look at the other person as, it's like if they're trying to intimidate or if they're trying to use like such big emotions for no reason, they're trying to waste all of that on someone else, then that means they're intimidated, or that maybe that means they're sad, that means they're angry. It's like, so you need this as studying in a way. It's like looking at actions, but not words. I've said this previously in the community tab, I believe, where you gotta look at their actions. Kind of like how they say that with like romantic stuff. Like if they're not pursuing you, they're not interested. It's the actions, not the words. They can say, I love you. If they turn around and don't say anything, no effort, no nothing, that's the love. Or lack thereof. Same thing applies here. Look at the actions. The actions scream wounded, but the words scream strong. He can't see, but he can still walk. Oh, hold up. This is literally a simulation of my drawing. I said, it was like one person's like, well, it's like he's waiting for the bus or something. And then this person's like, almost looks like they're ready to fight or ready to analyze. And what did I just say? It's like ready to analyze when you feel like you have to do the defending, kind of like with the possum example. And then here you have this person, it looks like they actually want to fight, not to defend themselves. It's almost like the start of it. This is going in so many different ways. To me, this means extending grace. We're extending an invitation, almost like friendliness, or not matching certain behaviors. To me, the King of Swords or even the Queen of Swords is an example of, and the empath that's turned cold. No one likes to talk about that. No one likes to really have empathy for that kind of person. But here we're already going back around again. I said it's like analyzing, not necessarily excusing one's ashes. I almost said ashes. Actions would be ashes, who they used to be. Looking at that and not excusing it, but understanding it. Therefore, it's like I'm not bothering, not even going to like internalize that or soak it in. It's also seeing like the Queen of Swords, King of Swords as a bit of emotional unavailability. But then there's emotional unavailability, and then there's those that know they have the capacity to feel and get upset, but they try to steer away from that. It's like there's a block up until they feel safe. Those are two different things. Some people are only emotionless on the outside because they know they have the capacity to feel, and that's exactly why some people act so angry and aggressive and weird, because they're intimidated, they're angry, they're sad, so they try to intimidate. It's almost like this is actually this. It's a different way of navigating, but you gotta see it from a neutral standpoint. I'm gonna get a Bob Ross card. I really hope my words made sense here, because I'm even struggling to find words for all of that's going on. Keeps going back and forth, back and forth. Everything connects to the other, and I'm like, okay, let's get a Bob Ross card to end this. I look forward to seeing you again. Happy painting. God bless, my friend. Oh my god, that literally screams to me sarcasm. Or like a kill it with kindness type of thing that I just said. It's like, have you ever seen a video where someone's just standing there looking at someone like there's something wrong with them, and then they just keep talking or maybe hurling insults or screaming, and it's like someone uses it for a meme or something? That's what this felt like as soon as I pulled it. It's like, I look forward to seeing you again. Bye. Happy trails, or I'm hearing happy hunting. Have a good day. God bless. Like those are sometimes things people use as sarcasm, where it's like, I'm not gonna take this seriously, not so much making fun of it. Look forward to seeing you again, but it's a 10. It's like, that's how you end it. That's how you de-escalate. That's how you show, like, or reveal back to them what they're doing. That's how I'm getting disarm. That's how you disarm it. Okay. That's a lot to take in, but okay, that's the end of this art channeled message. Please like, subscribe, support that channel in any way you can. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I'm suddenly getting like blindly following with this. It's like they don't know what they're doing. He doesn't know where he's going. It's like they're operating from a different place. And you realize that. You've seen it all. It's like, anyways, happy painting. Look forward to seeing you again. Probably not. God bless. It's like brainstorming and understanding, but then there's also like a lot of empathy and understanding here aside from this. It's like you're just sort of looking rather than reacting, and sometimes that's the best way to go about it. Okay, guys. Bye.